Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Palmisano here. And man, after I just did that Derek Trucks video, I've just been listening to a bunch of blues. It's such a background of mine. And I realized I haven't taught much major blues soloing. I haven't touched on B.B. King. Now, I was fortunate enough to see B.B. King a few times before he died. And what a showman. What unique vibrato. What unique tone and sound and everything. And I said, you know what? Today is the day. Got my tracksuit on, I'm feeling spicy, let's do it. So I go on the website, I search BB King in the Reacts request, and the first one I see from Calvin Eric Music says, BB King, Outside Help, I Believe to My Soul, live in Africa. I have not seen this one, I don't know if I've heard this song, but let's go ahead and click it. Calvin says, I've always heard BB King was one of the best blues guitarists ever. Yeah. I would listen to his songs, but I could never get it. Okay. Then I heard this song, and I realized BB had a tone that was completely unique to him and a vocal presence that demanded any audience. Correct, Calvin. I now understand why people say he was the best. He's on my Mount Rushmore of blues players alongside Stevie Ray Vaughan, Robert Johnson, and Muddy Waters. This is one of my favorite BB King songs, and by far my favorite live performance from him. Yeah. All right, Calvin, thanks for being a subscriber on the website, and I hope you're taking the blues fundamentals course. You're a blues fan. I'll tag that in the description for anybody that kind of gets lost in what I'm talking about here, because unlike other reaction channels, we break down the tune, what makes it what it is, give you some key takeaways so you can work on it at home. Here we go. Like I said, feeling spicy. 4, 5, 1. Quick change. One thing to note, this is a quick change blues in A. Quick change means it's a variation of a 12 bar. Most blues are a cyclical progression of 12 bars, 4, 4, 4. In a slow change, the top bar is all the 1, just 1, 1, 1, 1. And then in the second bar, it switches to 4 for the 2, and then back to the 1 for 2. And then the bottom, you get 5, 4, and then the turnaround. 5, 4, 1, turnaround. In a quick change, first bar is 1, second bar is 4, and then back to 1. Everything else is the same. So you get this, 1. Right to the 4. 1. Five, 4, 1, 4, 1. Turn around to the top, right back to the head. That is your form. Second thing that I've always loved about B.B. King, he starts so many songs with the solo, and then he sings. It's the opposite of what normally happens. What normally happens is you got a little lead in, and then it's verse, verse, verse. Right. You're singing, you're saying, and then you let the guitar or horn or keys, whatever, you let the instrument say their verse, right? He does so many songs where he starts it with the solo, and then the voice is what sends it home. I've always loved that. Let's watch it for a little bit, and then we'll we'll get the vibe, and then we'll go back and we'll get some of the lead, the broad strokes of what he's doing. So stay with me, grab your guitar, enjoy this, and then we'll go back and we'll get some of the leads. But you know what, though? How are you supposed to make this major sound, this, you know, and bend through that 9 into the minor third? That's that B.B. King kind of thing, as opposed to Albert. You know, where your 5, flat 7, root, flat 3, 4, bend through into the 5s. He's up here. 6, 1, 2, 4, 5, right? Bending into the 6. Right? It's that sweet bluesy sound. How are you supposed to get that 9 pushing into that flat 3? How are you supposed to get that filth in this clean, you know, major sound without bending over, hunting for it, right? Watch him. He's got to bend over and pick it up off the ground. Look. He's finding someone in the audience. You got to dig these 9s. I'm telling you, you got to dig them out. It's much different than like the Albert King where you can lean back with it. No, you got to have a nose for the 9. I'm telling you. Look. See, in those bends, you can do that, right? Do you hear the rest of the band in the back? It's like boom, 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 right? It's a triplet-based feel. So you got, and the horns are pushing through, but you, as the rhythm section, right? You can be doing little. You know, or you can add the horn parts, right? Like, But the idea here is like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's that push on the snare. And everybody grabs it. But you go up and down in dynamics together. Listen to the back of the band. It's a huge band. But listen to how in support of him they are. As if he was singing. That's your vibe. Boom, 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 boom. That's your push. Everybody in the band. Shh, 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 shh. Wow. See that snare grab by the drummer? I know the video is a little off, but for those of you where you feel like timing is your issue, I know I'm going to get some flack for this. But watch how quick that drummer strikes the snare. The harder and crisper that you hit something, the longer you have to wait to go and hit it. And the longer you have to wait, the more exacting you are, the more precise you are with where the beat is, where the release is. So you don't necessarily have to like try to be as loud as possible, but when you're working on your timing, especially in slow scenarios like this, you want to be as lightning strikey as possible, because you have to wait till the very last moment where you're going to miss it, and then you release. The snare is the release. The kick is the push. The snare is the release. And when everybody in the band does that, that's when you get that you get that momentum. That's why it's not drudgy and sloppy. It's sharp and it's precise. Watch the snare. And look, the bone player is literally smoking a cigarette. I mean, like we used to. Throws it off to the side, shaking his hands. He's like, listen. I just told you with my guitar. Now I'm going to tell you so everybody gets it. Again, it's like reverse blues, you know? Everybody starts with the verse, and then the solo is the solo. He's the solo, right? Look at him. Fingers out.
And your love is growing cold. I say, oh, your affection is gone, baby.
I've always been impressed with his microphone control. It is not something that you would easily pick up on, because he seems like he can't do the body movements. He can't not do the body movements that he's doing. You know, with the, I've told you, the affection is gone, and he's moving around, but he has tremendous microphone presence where he's back like this, right? And he's all around, but he's got the monitor screaming at him, and he is on it. Listen to how balanced his vocals are throughout all the different inflections and pushing. Total pro. Best of the best.
And your love is growing cold. Hey, but I've got a new story to tell you this evening, baby.
A new one.
One that ain't never been told. I went to work the other day, but I thought that I'd double back.
Oh no.
And that car I saw sitting in the front of my door, it looked like a brand new Cadillac.
It's always a Cadillac, is it not? It's always a Cadillac.
And I ain't got them now, baby. I think you've been cheating on me. I believe to my soul, baby, that you've given me some outside help that I don't think I really need.
Outside help.
The Iceman came by this morning, and you know he didn't leave no ice.
Remember the Iceman?
Postman stopped by later, baby, and it didn't even rain twice.
You see that with the microphone? You see what I'm talking about?
I think you're cheating on me, baby.
What an animal. What a stud.
I believe to my soul, baby,
That vibrato,
give me
man.
some outside help that I don't think I really need. Now I want you to tell the Iceman the next time he better leave some ice. And I want you to tell the postman he better ring more than twice. And when I come home from work in the morning, it better still be some groceries on the shelf.
Work in the morning. Work in the night shift. Who brings mail and ice in the evening?
Home from work in the morning, it better still be some groceries on the shelf. And I want you to tell that slick insurance man that he better write some insurance on his shelf.
Yeah. God, he's so good. Watch this. And again, think about, for those of you that have ever gigged on stage, think about how much you have to be listening to your monitors with your vocals and the whole band, and have your body like sell it, that everybody in the audience gets what he's singing about, but still be in complete control of the sound. Look, he's like, that's it. He's like, that's it. And by the way, how much does it cost to take a band like that out? Conductor and everything. Woo! I mean, he's the best. He's fantastic. All right, for all of you those that are guitar players are still sticking around here, thank you. Let me give you some, again, broad strokes, not note for note. Haven't learned this. Key takeaways of what he's doing here in his lead stuff in the beginning. So again, BB box. First finger is the anchor on your root. We are in A. This is A. You got the 6, which is the third of your 4 chord, right? You got your 9, 4, and you got your 5. You can bend, slide up to the 6, and then he goes up to the root a lot. That typically doesn't do vibrato on the root, does this, then, and now his vibrato is that shaky side thing. I don't have it, can't do it. I tend to do the go up and down. As long as the string is moving side to side, what it does is it pulls sharp and then back to center. That's different than if you do like the circle vibrato or like the violin style vibrato, right? So whether you're doing down or up, as long as you're going sharp, back to pitch, sharp, back to pitch, sharp, back to pitch, you can get close to his sound without having the whole pinky grab off thing. There you go. Bending from the 5 to the 6. And what does that get you? Remember this forever. The 6 is your 4. The 6 is the third of your 4 chord. In this song, the 4 chord is D7. That has an F sharp in it. It is the major third of D7. So when you bend the 5th, the 5, to the 6, you are achieving the third of the 4 chord, right? That's the same as... So that's why he does this over the 4 chord. That's the thing, right? Always third hunting. You know this. Now that was a cool little thing. You better pushing on the 4, so you're like going in that flat 5 territory. Right? Now typically when we play blues, right, and you bend from 4 into the flat 5, you're in Albert King land. Your third finger would be there and you'd be, but he's doing it, right? Now, and I like to, now he's doing it with the 9, but you can grab this flat 3 right here and still get that Albert King sound right there. You got to know where your thirds are always. But that, Yeah, that. Always with that tag through the 9. That's like the trademark, right? You see how we staying right there? That's another quintessential BB King you see is that 5-1, that this pushing through the 9 to the flat 3 is so significant because it works over each of the chords. Obviously, over the 1 chord, this is the 1, and pushing this 9 in here, very lyrical, and it gets that bluesiness. It gets that flat 3, which you're bending to. And why does that work? The sound of the blues, again, is the flat 3 played below the major third, which is in the key, or in the chord. So A7 has a C sharp in it, right? And when you get the 9, bend to the flat 3, you get this flat 3 and major 3 in here. And that's why it works, right? It works because that's the sound of the blues. It's the minor third being played below the major third, but you bend it a little bit. You tug it, a little inflection. That's why it works. Then, over the 4 chord, your root is the 5th of your 4 chord. And then when you bend the 9 to the flat 3, what is this? That is now the flat 7 of your 4 chord. D7, the 7th is C. So you can get the 5th and the 7 by bending through the 9. And then when you get to the 5 chord, E7, what is this? The 9 is the 5th of your 5 chord. Remember it forever. The 9 is the 5th of your 5 chord. Your 9 is your 5. 9, 5. So 6 is 4. And 9 is your 5. So you can get everything from this spot. And that's why he stays there. And he just sells the key-centered. A is home. The root is home. He does it so well. There he goes, that. Yeah. So tasty. 6, 5, 4, 9 into the flat 3, and end with the 1 on vibrato. Giving it a little bit more. Sometimes going all the way up, approaching that major third. Again, it's all feel. And listen to the dynamics. He's doing so many things that are whisper quiet in there. Just little shaking of the strings. You hear it just rake in the amplifier. Jack the Juice. Now listen, right here, we're going to the 5 chord. Listen to the band build. And what does he do? Bends the 5 through the 6 and ends. Or does he bend the 6 up into there and then land on the 5? Moves up, bends the 6 like he's trying to get. Right? He's thinking E7, here's my E, here's my E. So I'm bending F sharp, which is the 9 of E, right? Also the 6 in A. And then landing right on the root of E. That is the root of your 5 chord, and you hear him achieve the change. And then right back into it. And then just goes down. All right, so he just moves down to this. See, sometimes your ears cheat on you, right? You're here. And then, same thing. E and F sharp there to catch that turnaround. That and there it is. That root. Keep pressure as you slide down. You hear all the changes? Yeah. So he just jumped up again. Next spot, A, but still playing on that 9. And then back down. Just know your spot. Yeah, there's so many little things happening in there. Maybe he's smoking a cigarette. And that's BB King, man. Hey guys, sorry, the camera got cut off. But that just goes to show you what you can do with a major sounding blues. It's not just about playing the major third. As you can see, he doesn't C sharp at all in there in that A. He's bending the 9. So it's a key-centered approach. So you're anchored on the 1, and you bend the 9 to get close and into that flat 3 to get that major-minor mix right on the 1 chord. It becomes the flat 7 on your 4 chord, where your root becomes the 5th, and it becomes the 5th of your 5 chord, that 9. So you can achieve all of that in that little spot. And for all you out there that want like actual instruction on this and not a React video, I'll post a link to my Blues Fundamentals course in the description. I'd love to see you over there. And thank you so much, Calvin, for being a member, being a subscriber, supporting this channel and this site, me as a teacher, and posting this to the React's request page. For all you that don't know, as a perk for being a subscriber and supporting not only me as a teacher and taking my lessons, but all this free content on YouTube, I take most of my YouTube Reacts requests from subscribers, and I built a page for it. So Calvin, thank you. All you, thank you. I love you. I love that you got into the blues, that you found a video that got you into BB King. Sometimes it takes one video and one performance, and that's kind of what we're all doing here. That literally is the point. That's it. I'll see y'all soon. Take care. Cheers.